This is Riot again. Basically going through the character creation here. First set was human males, and then we went to the human females, and then the male and female humans, and these are the castes, which is the android race. Going back up here. We are going to go with human females, because that's where it's at. Going with a hunter, which is pretty much the bread and butter of the whole PSO universe. These are preset options that I'm going through right now for hunters. I picked her because she looks kind of like my old Rakasil from PSU. Basically, there's a lot of presets. You can go through those last presets they had and go through these ones here to get like a really quick and dirty character if you don't want to take the time to go through all the options, because there's a lot of options. So I went ahead and I picked a pre-made character and a pre-made face, and now I am adjusting it. This is like the general slider. It adjusts a whole bunch of things at once. It's kind of sloppy, but you can kind of get an overall feel of the type of face that you want and work with it. On this screen, we're picking like tones, like facial tones. There's elderly, like more adult, and then more childlike. I went with the middle one because I wanted her to be kind of like a teenager. Here are the eyeballs. You can make, there's different pupil sizes and different types. The one I like just always happens to be the middle, furthest right eyeball. Looks most natural to me. Here you get to change the eyeball color and change the saturation with the slider on the right. I like blue eyes. I also like gray eyes, so I'm kind of like trying to pick something in the middle there. Here are the eyebrows. We got a lot of choices. Looking for more angry eyebrows. I like my girls to be more kick-ass, sporty type girls. This is the eyebrow color. You can pick from those three colors up top, or you can click that checkbox to make it match the hair color. So I picked that for now. Here are the eyelashes. Eyelashes are kind of weird. It doesn't really add a whole lot to the character, but some of them really can. So you've got to go through every single one to make sure that you're not overlooking anything important. I think I just went with one randomly that didn't look too overboard. These are scars, tattoos, facial paint, things like that. You have two different layers you can choose from here. If you have a girl character, you want to look at all the ones on the bottom. Those are mostly the makeup choices. They go from light makeup to pretty heavy makeup. Then after that, you have another layer. So you can be wearing makeup and have scars. You can just have tons of makeup on, or just tons of scars, whatever you want. I'm going into the head slider now. Excuse me. This goes into more specific facial structure options. It's making the head longer or narrower, wider. This one is looking at the face in general without taking the outer facial structure in consideration. So you make the eyes closer to each other, make the nose, mouth, and eye ratio different. Now I'm going into the eye slider. You can change the slant of the eyes. You can make them bigger, smaller, squintier. You can make those fox eyes. You can do a whole lot. Now the nose sliders are good. I always have problems with the nose because for me, nose is one of my favorite parts of like a female's face. When it comes to anime, though, they don't really seem to put much emphasis on how the nose looks, so it's kind of like a shady subject. And the way the lighting is in this room, it's really hard to tell what looks good. It's hard to tell if the nose is even fat or skinny. So I'm kind of trying to make subtle changes, nothing major. And I'll probably be testing that later on in-game to see if it worked out. This is the ear slider, not really that important to me. I usually just make it small, maybe kind of pointy at the end, and try to flare it out a little bit. The mouth, I really wish they had more mouth options. There isn't really an option to make like the bottom lip bigger than the top lip. You have to like change the whole thing the way they have it preset. But it works. You can make the mouth wider or smaller for a small mouth. You can change the corners. You can point them up or down for like a smile or a frown. And that's pretty much it for the mouth. But as you can see, it kind of works. She looks pretty good so far. Just with minimal tweaking. Going through all the different hairstyles. The hairstyles in this game are pretty good. They have a really nice variety. There's a lot of long hairstyles, which is good. It looks like I skipped right to the naked part. Or did I go back? Okay, back to the hairstyle. And the boobs. But the hairstyle. The hairstyle's the important part. Anyway. Going through these. A lot of these short hairstyles are really good, but like, I mean, since I haven't had long hairstyles in the game for like the longest time, so no matter how good the short hairstyles are, it's like you've got to pick a long hairstyle, because, you know, you've just been without one for so long. Which the long hairstyles are good anyway. There's a lot of them. Which is different. It's a nice refreshing change from most MMOs nowadays. Looks like I went back here to the eyebrow color to see what I wanted to pick, because I picked a new hair color. Looks like I went with the brown, a little bit darker, to bring out the features in her face. Now I'm going through the body types, the preset body types. As you can see, they've got a wide variety. What's a really cool thing about this editor is you can really pick a preset and still be kind of customized, not even having to go into all these minuscule options. Here's the body shaper. That's the height slider. Making her kind of on the short side. There's a body shaper slider. You can go crazy with it. This is kind of just to get like a general feel of the way you want her body to look. You get to fine tune it later. Just want to kind of make sure that the general proportions are looking okay. The torso is in proportion with the legs and the rest of the body. This is a skin tone. I like my girl's pale, so I made it as pale as I could go. It looks like if you go to the right, you can desaturate a little bit. Now this is the undergarments. You can go with totally blank undergarments, hosiery, tattoos. I went with the more sporty look, because that was pretty much what I had in mind when I started creating this character, a more sporty character. This is another body slider. This one basically changes the height and the width specifically, and that's it. So I'm trying to find a good height there. Looks like up and down makes her either shoulder heavy or hip heavy. Oh, and here's everyone's favorite part, the breast slider. This is pretty much the most, it's a breast slider that's had the most options that I've ever seen. You can make perky breasts, you can make more natural breasts, you can give them more circumference, you can make them look like they're, more of like a sports bra, which I think is what I'm going to try to go for here. There's so many options in this game just to make your character exactly the way you want her to be. Or him. Because the guys in this game look badass too. I have a guy character. Now we're getting specifics with the arms. You can make them skinnier or fatter. You can also make the forearm smaller than the bicep, and vice versa. As well as just making the complete arm longer or shorter. I think I'm trying to make the forearms thinner while making the arms kind of long without being trollish. And then next we're going to the feet. And the feet is kind of different. Because the shorter you make your legs, the longer it makes your torso. So you kind of have to find that happy medium. Moving the middle sliders to the left and right makes the thighs and legs fatter, as well as the hips. And then moving them up and down changes the thighs length in relation to the calves. So here I go again, trying to find the perfect medium between the torso and the legs. Don't like having my legs too long. It makes them look too fantastical. Going for more of like a girl next door look. This slider is for body tone. Pretty much looks like she has good body tone without having to mess with that slider. And here are all of the outfits. Now depending on what class you pick, it doesn't matter what class you pick, basically all of the class outfits are here. So I picked a hunter originally, and yeah, the mage's outfit, the force's outfit, the hunter's outfit, and the ranger's outfit, they're all in here. And these are just basic outfits. There's more outfits you can get in the game. Most of them you'd have to pay for, I would guess, with, real world money, since this game is free to play. And that's how they make their money. But, the basic outfits are still good. Here you get to change your secondary color. I usually go with orange and white and black, but the orange here looks a little bit too yellow, so I went with red instead. Red usually looks good with blondes. And I think ultimately I went with this outfit though. It's pink and black and white look pretty good. And the Victoria's Secret colors. It'll probably go good with her makeup. And these are accessories. You have 3 layers of these. You can do a lot with them. Glasses, hats, kitty cat ears, whatever you want. I like headsets, so going with the headsets. I also like the sunglasses on the head thing. Might be overdoing it though. I think I eventually get rid of it. That cowboy hat is really cool looking. Unfortunately, I'm not really a cowgirl type person. Don't really have that kind of fetish, nor do I have a catgirl fetish. So, getting rid of those. Besides, the whole point of this was to make a sporty character. I'm going through the emblems now. These emblems show up on your armor, on different parts of your armor. I'm trying to look for it right now and I can't see it because it's white. The one that I have right now, and it's on her knee down there, but I can't see it at this point. I'll switch to another emblem here soon, and then I'll be able to see it down on her right knee. Yeah, right there. So going through these, and that one fits pretty much perfect. I mean, it's pink, it's black. You can also customize these in the game, I believe. There's a section when I was going through the options where you can make your own by placing different symbols and colors and letters and numbers on a transparent background. Hopefully there's a way to upload your own. I'm sure there's ways for people to kind of take advantage of that. But maybe they'll have that option in there, because that would be awesome. I'd love to be making emblems. I'd be making them all day. So now, the screen that I'm in right now is the voice screen. There's a lot of voices. Like in PSU, there was kind of an okay amount of voices. In this game, there's like tons. There's something like, there's about 30 or so voices. And if you like the way that she's pronouncing something, like you like the style of her voice, but you don't like the pitch of her voice, you have a pitch slider on the bottom that you can change to. So really, there's a lot of options. There's two classes of options. I'm not really sure exactly what the difference is. I noticed that they say different things depending on what they are. Like it shows like 1 through 20 of a certain voice, and then there's another section that has more. Maybe it's a different race, maybe it's for different classes. But yeah, just go through all of them. The very last choice on this scroll down list is mute, basically. So I think you can make them just not talk, if you so desire. Yeah, I hit the random button right there. Made some weird looking thing. But that's okay, we have the undo button. Undid that, came back. Here, we are saving our setup. This isn't the name of the character, but this is just like you're saving a file, naming it, so you can come back later and you can load it. So if you go in with your character into the game, and with the game's lighting looks really messed up, you can delete the character, come back in here, and load up that save. And just kind of tweak it from where you were left off. This is kind of like a preview mode. It just shows your character, the way she talks, like with different facial expressions, to make sure you like them all. Because the in-game voice chat, it pops in like a face of your character talking, like from the side of the screen, with some psychedelic stuff behind it. Look at those to see if you like the way they look. Make some final adjustments. This, not sure what that is. That's for later. Looks like I'm going through some final adjustments. I'm pretty sure I'm taking off those sunglasses right now. I decided against them. It's like overkill. The sunglasses are really cool looking, but they cover up her eyes. So, they've got to go too. Looking at the cowboy hat again. Looks really cool. A really cool cowboy hat. It's not for me. It's like I'm messing with the makeup again. Make sure there's no makeup I want. That's different. But we're pretty much done here, I think. Too much, too much. Too much. Need the pink. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. Scroll up, make sure she looks good. And this is where you're actually naming your character. I don't think it has to be unique. You can name it whatever you want, basically. And then save. Asks you to confirm, and then you're done. And that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.